Under the dim afternoon light in James's office, the angry shouts of workers demanding their wages and irrigation water ring out. Stepping out to face their fury, he feels the weight of responsibility bearing down on him, all while John's schemes threaten to land him in legal trouble. In this episode 40, we learn how James and Deep's love faces the possibility of James being sentenced to 5 years in prison, with John's plots aiming to tear them apart. Will their hearts be strong enough to withstand the storms, raging both within and without? James sits in the small wooden house on the farm in the village, his strong hands holding a warm cup of water as his distant gaze drifts through the misty window. Outside, the kaimeo, mustard greens, in the fields are covered by a thin layer of white in the early spring chill. Suddenly, the phone on the battered wooden table rings, interrupting his thoughts. He picks it up, his voice low. "Hello, did you just call me?" Twin answers on the other end, his tone firm. "Yes, it's Twan, sir. I can help you find a lawyer around here if you'd like, and if possible, I'll arrange for you to meet the lawyer this afternoon to discuss matters." James nods, eyes shining with determination. "Okay, thank you. By the way, today is February 14. Have you prepared the gift I asked for?" Twin laughs. "Yes, I've taken care of the Valentine's Day gift for you. Both flowers and present are ready." James nods. "Great, thank you. Goodbye." He hangs up, reminding himself that, in his focus on work, he almost forgot Deep. Today, he needs to give her something special. At a small gift shop in Tan Min, James steps in. His old leather shoes squeak lightly on the tiled floor, and the pale light from the overhead bulb illuminates the brightly colored gift boxes on the shelves. The faint smell of fresh wrapping paper lingers in the air. A staff member, Ms. Lan, a petite woman in a red sweater, approaches. James says, "Yesterday I asked Tuan to order a gift. Is it ready?" Ms. Lan nods and smiles warmly. "Yes, all set just as requested. A pink gift box and a bouquet of red roses. Tuan already paid." James nods, his eyes brightening at the thought of, "Diep, thank you. I'll take it now." Grabbing the gift box and bouquet, he feels a rush of excitement. Diep will surely be surprised. This day is special, and he wants to make her happy. A few kilometers away, in a field near Tan Min village, Deep is harvesting squash. Her thin, dirt-stained hands pluck the plump round gourds. Pale sunlight filters through the foliage, making the dew on the leaves sparkle like tiny jewels. The rustle of leaves in the gentle breeze merges with the birdsong from nearby bushes, carrying the spirit of early spring. She wears a thin, patched jacket, and a cold draft makes her shiver, goosebumps forming on her frail arms whenever the wind sneaks through the torn seams. Still, her heart is warm when she thinks of James, her beloved, who visited her last night. His eyes shone with conviction as they shared a simple meal by the fire. She recalls, "He came by yesterday, but I didn't get to say much. I have to sell all these gourds quickly so I can head home early to be with him." She picks up a giant squash, running her fingers over its smooth, shiny green surface, feeling a small surge of pride. "This one's huge. I can get a good price for it." Another one, however, is rotten, its soft shell collapsing under her touch. She sighs sadly. "This one's ruined. I'll have to toss it. Such a shame." Setting it aside, she casts her gaze over the misty field, her resolve unwavering. "I have to work hard so he won't worry. He's already so busy." She continues tending the patch, her hands moving swiftly through the vines, a fleeting thought crossing her mind. Today's a special day. I wonder if he remembers. Back at the wooden house, James steps in through the creaky wooden gate. In his arms are the pink gift box and a radiant bouquet of red roses. His gentle gaze sweeps across the small garden, but there's no sign of Deep, only quiet emptiness. He sets the gift on the battered wooden table, where pale light from a gap in the wall reveals his blend of worry and anticipation. Glancing around the simple home with its time-worn wooden walls, he's suddenly greeted by Hucky, a little brown, fluffy dog. It scampers over, wagging its short tail, pressing its head against his leg, bright eyes gazing up in greeting. James kneels to pet the soft fur, his low, warm voice breaking the stillness. "Hucky, where's Diep? You're here holding down the fort while she's at work, huh? Good boy." He ruffles the dog's ears, momentarily sad at the thought that she's likely gone early to work again. No doubt she's struggling. Standing up, he calls Diep's number. The ring goes on for a moment before she answers, her voice breathless with the sound of wind in the background. James smiles slightly. "Diep, it's James." She sounds surprised, her voice clear. "Oh, James. I didn't recognize your number. What's up?" He replies, relief in his eyes. "I came by your place and didn't see you, so I was wondering where you were. What are you up to?" Diep laughs, a hint of delight in her voice. "I'm harvesting squash." "You're already at my house?" James looks around. Yes, I'm here. You left early, huh? Deep affirms. Yeah, I'll be back in a bit, but the garden still needs watering. Could you water it for me? James smiles, his tone gentle. Sure. Don't rush. I'll take care of it. See you soon. Deep agrees. Thank you. I'll hang up now. James ends the call, feeling a glow of warmth. She works so hard. I need to do something special for her today. James grabs the water bucket from a corner of the house and heads to the garden, noting the lush rows of cameo. She's already watered some of these. She might not have finished the rest. I'll do it for her. As he pours water, droplets soak into the red earth around the roots, giving him a fleeting sense of peace amid the storm of John's lawsuit. Moving on to the chicken coop, he scatters feed from a small basket, greeted by lively clucking. There you go, your water's here. Today I'm covering for Deep. He sweeps the house with a bamboo broom, its soft rasp making the room seem cleaner in the faint light from the window. Filled with anticipation, he thinks, she'll be really surprised when she comes home. It's Valentine's Day, and she deserves some joy. From his pocket, he takes out a sheet of paper and scribbles a brief note with an old fountain pen. Deep, I stopped by to see you and took care of a few chores. This is your Valentine's gift. I hope it makes you happy. James. He places the note next to the bouquet and gift box on the table, then pets Haki once more, his voice low. Haki, I'm heading off now. Be good, okay? I'm too busy to visit often, but I left this gift for her. Look after the house. At Tan Min's village market, Deep brings her harvest to sell, the soles of her worn rubber sandals flapping against the dusty red earth. Her eyes brighten as she arranges the gourds. Ma'am, sir, squash for sale, 15,000 dong for 2 kilos. A middle-aged woman stops, asking, how much per squash? Deep replies, I sell by weight, 15,000 for 2 kilos. They're really good. The woman nods. All right, give me 2 kilos. Deep wraps them up, feeling pleased. They're selling quickly. Now I can go home early to see James. After selling out, she counts her earnings and heads back with a lighter heart. Meanwhile, at the lumber mill in Tan Min, James sits in a small office amid piles of scattered timber. The dim overhead light illuminates his face, revealing tension in his eyes as he pores over the documents on a worn wooden desk. His thoughts are consumed by John's lawsuit. The man has plunged James's company into ruin with allegations of financial fraud. The relentless buzz of power saws echoes through the space, which is permeated by the smell of fresh wood and filled with swirling sawdust that settles on James's thick, dusty grey jacket. But he hardly notices as his strong hands flip through pages of contracts with a steely determination. He's playing dirty, but I'll fight back. I can't let Deep and the farmers suffer because of this. Outside, the hum of a motor signals the arrival of a small truck driven by Tuan. It pulls up at the mill's entrance, kicking up a red dust cloud. Tuan steps down with Lawyer Ha, a middle-aged man in a crisp black suit, tall and gaunt, with a calm, world-worn face. Tuan walks over, speaking resolutely. Sir, this is Lawyer Ha. I've arranged a meeting as you requested. James nods, relief flickering briefly in his eyes. Over the noise of the saws, his deep voice says, Thanks, Tuan. Step outside for a bit, please. I want to talk privately with Mr. Ha. Tuan nods, leaving dust footprints on the floor as he goes. James stands, dragging out a creaky wooden chair for Ha, his tone polite but firm. Please have a seat. My mill's a bit messy. Sorry about that. With a discerning look around at the piles of wood and scattered papers, Lawyer Ha says calmly, No worries. I'm used to places like this. What did you need to see me about? James sits across from him, letting out a weary sigh. His voice is laced with fatigue, yet remains forceful. Our company got involved in a hydropower project. It's basically a sham. John invested a lot, but he's breached the contract, withdrawn his funds and encouraged other investors to do the same, leaving us in big trouble. Here are the documents. Do we have enough to charge him? He slides over a thick bundle of papers marked with cramped clauses and signatures. Ha scans each page, running his finger along the fine print. Over the din of the saws, his voice rumbles. I see clear breaches of contract here. He withdrew funds without proper notification, violating multiple financial commitments. But we'll need more concrete evidence, bank transactions or correspondence to win. I'd guess a 70% chance of success, depending on the other side. If you do win, what are you hoping for? James's gaze hardens with resolve. I'm not after the money. I want to protect my company and the farmers. This project was meant for them. If we win, I'll pay you 200 million dong, and 50 million in advance as a gesture of trust. I work with integrity. I don't accept payment until the job is done. I'll do my best. I come from a farming background too, so I understand their struggles. James smiles faintly, gratitude in his eyes. Thank you. I believe in you. They say you're an upright man, and it seems true. Ha stands, straightening his suit. I'll go prepare more documents. Goodbye for now. I'll be in touch soon. James escorts him to the mill's entrance, watching as Ha disappears into the drifting sawdust. His resolve grows stronger. I have to beat John. For Deep. For the farmers. I won't let him destroy everything I've built. Later, at the wooden house, Deep arrives as dusk settles. Her worn rubber sandals clap softly against the red earth path, and her eyes glow with happiness upon seeing the tidy house, the crimson roses, and the pink gift box neatly arranged on the battered wooden table. Lit by the warm glow of an oil lamp, they resemble comforting treasures on a cold day. She picks up the note James left, reading each line of his words, her heart kindled like a small flame flaring bright. He came, took care of everything, and left me a gift. I'm so happy. Minha, a traveling peddler who had followed her from the market, appears quietly at the doorway, a hint of sadness in his gaze as he sees her delight in the gift and roses. His voice is low. Hello, Deep. I thought I'd drop by. She turns, smiling innocently. Hello, Min. Come in. He glances at the flowers, asking, What's this? She smiles radiantly. A present from my boyfriend. Have a seat? He shakes his head, his tone subdued. No, I have errands to run. Take care. He leaves, his steps slow on the red earth, feeling as though he carries a boulder in his chest. She's happy with someone else. I've lost my chance. Stopping under a large almond tree, he takes out his phone, speaking with sudden resolve. Brother, I've decided to come back and take over the company. I won't pursue singing anymore. I'm going after Dia. Meanwhile, at James's office in Tan Minh, a large group of workers crowds the entrance. Angry shouts fill the sawdust-laden air. Where's Director James? The hydropower project's halted. Our fields don't have water and we haven't been paid in 3 months. Their angry voices and rapid footsteps echo on the dusty ground. James emerges from a small room, maintaining composure despite a trace of worry in his eyes. His low voice reverberates through the crowd. Everyone, please stay calm. I'm James. I'm here to give you an explanation. As James faces the throng of workers and Dieppe finds joy in his thoughtful gift, will their love endure the latest trials? Stay tuned for episode 41, where James's company faces grave difficulties and he is suddenly hospitalized. To confront new storms in her life. Don't miss it to discover how it all unfolds.
Ông đã kéo cô ra khỏi bóng tối quá khứ, trái tim cô rơi vào những khoảng trống không tên, như khi ánh sáng ban mai đều nhẹ rọi xuống. Một sự thật dần hé lộ trong cô. Cô yêu anh dù nỗi tự ti vẫn như một sợi dây vô hình trói chặt cô lại. Liệu tình yêu ấy có đủ sức vượt qua những rào cản của số phận, hay chỉ là một giấc mơ ngắn ngủi tan biến giữa thực tại khắc nghiệt? Hành trình trong tập này sẽ mang đến câu trả lời đầy bất ngờ và dây dứt. Buổi sáng tại trang trại nhỏ, Diệp thức dậy sớm hơn thường lệ. Cô đứng bên khung cửa sổ cũ kỹ, nhìn ra khu vườn rau xanh mướt đầy dần nảy mầm, lòng chợt dần lên cảm giác bình yên hiếm hoi. Nhưng sự bình yên ấy nhanh chóng bị xáo trộn khi cô nhìn thấy Giang, người đàn ông với nụ cười ấm áp đã làm trái tim cô rung động. Cô nhận ra mình yêu anh không phải từ hôm qua mà từ rất lâu, có lẽ từ khoảnh khắc đứng trước cô, bảo vệ cô khỏi sự tàn nhẫn của bao những ngày, khi cảm giác ngọt ngào ấy len lỏi trong vào lòng. Nỗi tự ti lại trỗi dậy như một con sóng dữ. Mình là ai mà dám yêu anh ấy? Một người phụ nữ nghèo khổ, từng bị chồng bỏ rơi, không cha không mẹ, mình không xứng đáng. Cô tự nhủ, đôi mắt mờ đi vì những giọt nước mắt kìm nén. Diệp bước chân ra, đôi tay gầy guộc ôm lấy mình để xua đi cái lạnh của cơn gió sớm. Cô cúi xuống nhìn Haki, chú chó đang bởi đuôi bên chân cô.